Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the webinar held by Wardaya College. And this time we're gonna talk about how to study in Tohoku University and how to get scholarship. And for the first agenda today, we're gonna hear the opening speech by Mr. Anton Wardaya as the CEO of Wardaya College, a lecturer and researcher. To Mr. Anton.
Okay, thank you so much, Bu Sela, and welcome to Professor from Tohoku University. May I share my screen first? Okay. Okay. This is my yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah, we will hear about from Tohoku University, Japan, and how to study there and how to get the scholarship in Tohoku University. And my name is I'm Dr. Anton Wardaya. This is my Instagram, Anton Wardaya. And then welcome to Professor WATANABE, Professor KOIKE, Professor Ying, Professor KATAYAMA, Professor Brian Breedlove, and special to my beloved student, Carlos Baptista. Yeah, okay. This is my experience when I came to Tohoku University to meet Professor Watanabe and Professor KOIKE. And this is with Carlos and Hansel. And this is the background is the dormitory of Tohoku University in Sendai. Yeah, maybe we can hear about the how to get the admission and then how to get the full scholarship there, and then what is the deadline, and then what is the requirement for admission. And then if you need something else, you can contact me here or follow my Instagram or Wardaya College. Okay, maybe I give again to Ibu Sela. Thank you so much, Bu Sela.
Okay, thank you for the opening, Mr. Anton. Next, we will hear the presentations about how to study in Tohoku University. Maybe it will be delivered by Professor Watanabe or Professor KOIKE?
Professor KOIKE.
Oh, Professor KOIKE. Okay.
Thank you.
Please, Professor KOIKE.
Yes. Thank you very much for the introduction. May I share my screen now?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so can you see the screen?
Not yet.
Not yet. You cannot see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, started.
Yes, it's coming.
Yep.
Okay, thank you very much again for the kind introduction. And I'm always happy to participate in this event with a huge interest among Indonesian students. My name is Takeshi KOIKE. I am a staff at the Global Learning Center at the Institute for Excellent Higher Education at Tohoku University. So I would like to give you an overview of what the FGL program, and then after this, the details of individual program courses will be given by respective professors. So let me begin. Let me first introduce you where the city of Sendai is located. So I'm here showing the map of Japan, and I'm sure that everybody is familiar with Tokyo, the capital of Japan. And Sendai is located 350 kilometers northeast of Tokyo. and it takes only 90 minutes by the super express train, called Shinkansen, or you can directly fly to Sendai Airport. And the city of Sendai is as well as city of trees. And the population of Sendai is a little bit more than 1 million. And as you can see in these photos, you hear me? We are, yeah, the city is called the city of trees because we have abundant nature and the tree. Now I will talk about the overview of Tohoku University. Our university is established more than 100 years ago, which was established in 1907 as a third imperial university. And the Tohoku University remains as one of the top 7 national universities in Japan up now. And then we hold dearly these 3 principles. The first one is research first. The second one is open door. The third one is practice-oriented research and education. And we are a comprehensive university, and we have 10 faculties with 15 graduate schools, and in 3 professional graduate schools, and in 6 research institutes. And the number of students is about 18,000, among which undergraduate is 11,000, and then graduate students 7,000. And the number of academic staff is about 3,100, and this makes the student to faculty ratio of 6:1, which is rather low for national university. And I am showing you here all the departments and the graduate schools. And I'll come back to this once again when we introduce FGL program. And so let me now tell you where the campuses are located. We have 4 campuses, actually 5, with a new Aobayama campus. And all these campuses are located conveniently very close to the city, the heart of Sendai city, which is the Sendai station. And as you can see here, B, for example, Kawauchi campus, where the first year and then second year students spend most of their time, is located directly by subway from Sendai stations. And today in Sendai was a very, very nice spring day. So I wanted to show you what would be the surroundings of this Kawauchi campus. I took this photo 2 hours ago. And you can see the skyscrapers of the Sendai city downtown. And this is where I am speaking. This is the International Exchange Building where Watanabe Sensei and myself are located. And you can look down the city. And if you take like 2 minutes, you will see which is about to bloom. And this is the very old shrine, and also they have the cherry trees here. So as you can see, our campus is surrounded by metropolitan city and also lots of natures. Well, and here I am showing you the demography of our international students body. And at Tohoku University at the moment, we have over 2,000 students attending from 88 countries from all over the world. And as you can see, close to 90% are coming from Asian countries. And we have 132 students from Indonesia, and out of which 27 students are enrolled in FGL undergraduate courses. And we are very happy to tell you that this year, Tohoku University is ranked #1 in Times Higher Education. This is our second time to be ranked as #1 in Japan in this ranking. And another ranking, for example, QS World University ranking in 2021, our university is ranked overall 79th in the world and 5th in Japan. And I'm showing you the ranking of the of the department or field which are related to FGL program. And our university is also highly recommended by high school teachers in Japan for overall education as well as academic achievement. So now let me talk to this FGL program. FGL is acronym for Future Global Leadership Program at Tohoku University. The unique thing about this program is that we don't require any Japanese language skill prior to coming to Tohoku. All the courses, all the classes will be taught in English. And if you like, you can continue to graduate school under this English program. And so in the previous slides, I've shown you all the departments and schools at Tohoku University. But at the moment, for our FGL program, we offer 3 courses from 3 schools: School of Science, School of Engineering, and School of Agriculture. And we offer 3 undergraduate degree courses in English. But if you go to graduate program, we'll have many more. So now I'm showing here more specific description of the 3 programs, and all programs start in October, not in April. And this program was established for providing excellent education and research opportunities at Tohoku University to students overseas, like students in Indonesia. And we have 3 courses. The first one from a School of Science in field of chemistry, known as Advanced Molecular Chemistry, or AMC. The second one is from Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering in School of Engineering, and it's called IMAC-U, International Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering. And the last one, last but not least, is from School of Agriculture. It's called Applied Marine Biology, known as AMB. And here I'm showing you how many students are accepted roughly each year. So AMC accepts about 10, IMAQ accepts about 15, and MB accepts about 10. So overall, we accept 35 students every year. And here I'm showing you the expected schedule of your study in 4 years. So for the first 1.5 years, you will have opportunity to study Japanese, even though Japanese is not required. This is one of our program's advantage, that by the time you graduate, you have a possibility to become trilingual person, gives you an advantage of seeking employment in Japan. And after roughly 2 years of basic education at Kawauchi, then you will have an early exposure to research experience. And this is another selling point of a program, that you have a early exposure to research experience. So you'll be well prepared for graduate schools. And I am skipping all these slides, showing what kind of things you can actually study in each program, each course. And these will be more information will be given in individual faculty later. So I'm skipping all this. Now I'm coming to the application overview. So how, if you're interested in how you can actually apply to our program. So I'm showing you these 5 steps. After 5 steps, it's up to you to decide whether you want to join this program or not. So the first step is based on documentation. You have to prepare all the documentations necessary for application, and you can submit everything online. So this is what we call step 1. And we have only one application period, and usually in January. And our application information is constantly being updated, and we can you can look for all the information in this application guide for 2022 fall enrollment. And this will be available through this QR code. So this is one of the very important slides. So please, if you're interested in, please access to this application, to this site through this QR code. And after we screen your application for second stage screening, I mean the third stage screening, and if you are selected after step 2, the first stage screening, then you will be expected to take the written examination followed by an interview. And then based on the results and the interview in this step 3, then the final candidates will be selected for admission, and the admission will be communicated to you by the beginning of April. So once again, please make a note of this QR code for specific information. And so here I'm showing you the academic requirements for each course, because this program is entirely taught in English. Of course, you need to show a sufficient command of English, which are listed here. And basically, it's the same for all 3 courses. But depending on which course you want to apply to, you need to submit a scores of standardized examinations. For example, if you are applying for IMAC-U, then you need to submit the scores of standardized examination for mathematics, physics, and chemistry. And here, you might be already aware that the SAT is no longer administered after June of this year. So what kind of standardized examination scores you can submit? Again, please go to this QR code, but we strongly encourage to take EJU examination for Japanese university, of which deadline is sometime in June. So I think in Q&A section, we will we should be talking more about this. Okay, now let me talk about the cost of living at the Tohoku University when you come. So the tuition is very reasonable because Tohoku University is one of the national university. So here I'm showing you the itemized cost of cost for studying for 1 year. So you pay admission fee. This is only one time, about 2,600 US. Thousand US dollars. So this is about 200 million rupees every year. And so now you might be interested in what kind of financial aid you might be able to receive at Tohoku University. And so again, being in the national university, studying at Tohoku University without any financial aid is still very reasonable compared to, for example, universities in the US. But we have this, we are listing here 3 scholarship. The first one is most comprehensive scholarship. This is given by Ministry of Education in Japan. And then we have 8 guaranteed slots for these scholarships. So you don't have to do anything to apply for this scholarship. All you have to do is that you want to get some kind of scholarship at the time of the applications. And 8 best students will be selected. And this scholarship basically covers entire 4 years of your expense studying at Tohoku University. So the tuition will be waived, admission fee will be waived. And you will receive this amount of stipend every month until you graduate, maximum of 4 years. And we also provide Tohoku University President Fellowship. Unfortunately, we have a every year fluctuating budget for this fellowship. So we cannot say how many we can provide every year. But for example, you can get this amount of stipend per semester up to 4 years. And also, depending on your performance, tuition will be waived partially or fully for 4 years. And so if you are financing yourself, then you can also apply this honors scholarship for private finance students. Although this is not as comprehensive and generous as the other 2, you can get about, this is 5 million rupees every month for the first 6 months. Okay, so my time is almost up. So I have few more slides. So now let me just show where you will be staying when you come to Tohoku. And we have newly completed dormitory in this Aobayama, and it's called UHA. And you'll be sharing a unit with individual rooms. So you will have plenty of opportunity to interact with your unit mates. and you also have a privacy, private room. Okay, and now here I'm showing you just to show you that we have plenty of supports when you need, and so please, I mean, if you need help, please don't hesitate. Okay. And so this is one of the last slides. What kind of a career you can expect that you finish Prof. So 70% of students after completing our program continue to graduate schools. And of course, I mean, you can go to graduate school at Tohoku University, but many students continue to their study at graduate school overseas, for example, like Cambridge or University of Chicago or universities in Europe. And some others directly seek an employment in Japan. I'm showing you here some of the examples. And after you get a master degree, and then some of them continue to go to doctor courses, or they seek an employment in Japan. I'm showing you some of the companies that alumni gained a employment. So like Toyota, Nissan, Hitachi, and Yamaha. These are all big companies in Japan. Okay, so I'm sorry for the overtime a little bit, and I will be very much looking forward to seeing you at Tohoku University, and please ask questions in the Q&R sections, and thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Prof. Keiko, for your thorough explanations about how to get in Tohoku and University and the scholarship. Now let's continue the presentations for each courses you can take from Tohoku University. Maybe we can start from AM-C course or Advanced Molecular Chemistry for Professor BREEDLOVE, please.
Hi there. My name is Brian BREEDLOVE, and I am a inorganic chemist. I'm associated with the Department of Chemistry, and I've been in Japan for 21 years now, and actually working on my 22nd year. So today, I plan to present a little information on the Advanced Molecular Chemistry course here at Tohoku University. So Tohoku University is a member, or the AM-C is a member of the Faculty of Science, which is one primarily based in the Albayama campus that KOIKE sensei mentioned. The department is one of the oldest here, and currently the Dean of Science is actually a chemist named Masahiro Terada, and he will continue, I think, for another 2 or 3 years as the dean for now. And from tomorrow, actually, the Department of Chemistry will have a new head for 1 year named Hisaku Hashimoto. She's actually a full professor in the inorganic laboratory of Tohoku University. Okay. So she is actually one of our first department heads that is a female. Tohoku University actually has been around pretty much since the beginning of the foundation of Tohoku University. You can see here, Tohoku University was founded as the Tohoku Imperial University and the College of Science in 1907, and the chemistry department started in 1911. And you can see that some of our original professors were actually quite famous. One actually discovered rhenium. Okay. As KOIKE sensei mentioned in the opening, the university has always thought of itself as having an open door policy. This is a very important thing, that we invite not only foreigners, but we also, the School of Science and especially chemistry actually enrolled the first two female students in Japan, and back in 1913. And Kuroda and Tange both went on to have very good careers in science. And as part of that open door policy, the FGL was started, but we now call ourselves the Advanced Molecular Chemistry Program. And this is a picture from the original opening ceremony or entrance ceremony in 2011. And if you, let's see, if you notice here, I was at the beginning ceremony, but this young man who is second from the left in the picture, he just left Tohoku University after receiving his PhD here. So he went for 7 years, no, more than 7 years, almost 9 years, and will work as a chemist, a research chemist in Nagoya starting from April. So we've had a very long career here, and it's a very nice job. So currently, the Advanced Molecular Chemistry course, you can access the website here, Web Tohoku at AMC. We have several professors who are involved in the executive committee of the program. From tomorrow, Kumigashida will be the head representative for 2 years, and then I continue on as one of the deputy heads, and then we also have a new academic affairs professor, Takehiko Wada. So within this course, we designed everything with the idea of making not only simple molecules, but also making what we call functional materials. Okay, we want to create or advance the society by combining everything that we can into really nice molecules. And you can see here we have everything from structural properties that lead to optical properties. We even have a very strong research in magnetic properties, and then also quite a number of professors involved in the AMC study biological chemistry. So as you can, from this kind of simple chart, there are a lot of ways that you can study chemistry at Tohoku University. And we also try to find ways for you to combine your interests within each field of chemistry. Okay. And here's some, in the idea of practice-oriented research and education, these are some projects that have been developed over the years here. You can see this, some of this, like the Nature paper here with engineered protein nanoscale container. That was done in 2003, so it's been a little bit, but every year more and more research is developed, and professors are always bringing around new discoveries, and some interesting things like building machines here that can detect molecules and so forth. So there's a lot of ways that we can combine basic chemistry education and cutting-edge research. Okay, and the chemistry department really believes in the practice-oriented approach. Now, as KOIKE Sensei showed before, there are actually 4 years that are very structured in the chemistry program. In the first year, you take what we now call general education subjects. Up until about a year ago, they were called liberal arts. And within this, we ask you to take certain courses that we can't offer, such as Japanese language. And within our subjects, we have a requirement for some of the laboratory courses that you have actually taken the Japanese courses, because when you get into the research in chemistry later on, it will help you work with the students and the Japanese students in your laboratory. But also we found that having studied, the language helps you to process data better, and also to interact with everybody in the area. So you won't feel so lonely. So you'll actually be able to do some really good work. And you can see here from your second semester, or what we call the second semester, which is actually your first semester here from October, we have quite a number of subjects that are called specialized subjects. And you probably wouldn't see me until the third semester or your first spring semester, because I teach quite a number of these specialized courses. But as you can see, in your third year, you start taking laboratory experiment courses quite heavily. And by the fourth year, you're doing research. And this research will, will be, you can decide on who you work for. Okay. And I like to do the, show this because this is actually from the graduation ceremony last September, where we actually have our fourth year students present their cutting edge research. They worked very hard over the year, so we asked them to give a presentation. And these are 3 pictures I had, but we actually were able to do a hybrid presentation due to the pandemic. So we actually have the ability for you to still participate in research, meetings, all kinds of things. So you're actually able to not only do good research, but you're also able to learn about other research. Okay. Now, Koike Sensei actually started to show you the different paths that we had. And once you graduate from the advanced molecular chemistry course, which is the undergrad program, some people have actually gone on to industrial careers, or even some have gone into technical sales. One student I think went back to Indonesia and became a salesman for a chemistry company. Now, we then have the idea of what's known as the International Graduate Program for Advanced Science, called IGPAS. And this contains but a 2-year master's degree and a doctoral program. And you can see here, there's quite a lot of choices for you if you want to go all the way to your PhD. And we do hope that you're wanting to really study, because research takes a long time, and it actually is a very good path to what many people wish. And industrial careers, PhD and a master's degree are very easy to get jobs. And you can see here, these are some of the different jobs people have taken after graduating from Tohoku University in the chemistry department, as well as AMC. You can see some have stayed in Japan, some have gone back home. We have people at universities like Nanjing Technical University in Singapore. We've had people go to Cambridge. We've had one of our students went to Tokyo University to do his master's. So there's a lot of choices for you after taking the chemistry course. Now, I also like to remind people that the AMC has really tried to take this not only just as an academic course, but also as a way for you to start interacting with people from other countries, as well as spending time in Japan. And these are some pictures from over the years. We have actually what was called the AMC room, which is where I'm at right now on the Katahira campus. And any chance we can, and hopefully once we can all start to meet together again, we hope to have these social interactions where the students not only get to meet with the older students in the program, but even some former students who are still at Tohoku University. But also, you can see here all the old men here with the young guy. These are professors, so we actually invite professors to interact with the students. And so this is a chance for everyone to learn and to network, because networking is actually very important these days in the career world. And I also wanted to show you, like we also have a winter party, so we try to get together and have fun together. And I just wanted to show you that Carlos, who is going to be giving his student voice in a few minutes, he's actually one of our most popular students, and I think he'll be able to tell you that we do try to make a social interaction and make life here at Tohoku University fun and actually filled with a lot of knowledge. Okay, and thank you very much for your time.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor Brian, for your explanations. Now, let's continue to hear the presentation from the other course. It's from IMAC-U for Professor Chen, please. Okay.
Okay. Can you see my display and can you hear me?
Yes, Professor.
Okay. Okay. I'm Ying from School of Engineer. It is my great pleasure to meet all of you in this way and to introduce our course. So as introduced already, within the three international English courses, one of them is mechanical and aerospace engineering, international mechanical and aerospace engineering. We call it IMAC-U. So it is running by School of Engineer. I belong to the School of Engineer, and actually I'm working for this IMAC-U program. So then I would like to give you more information about this IMAC-U program. Let me start it from introduction of a School of Engineer. So this is a picture of our campus. School of Engineer is in the campus so-called Aobayama campus. From the word Aoba means the green leaf, and Yama means mountain. So it is just what you see in the picture. We have a lot of green and we are in a small mountain. And this area is School of Engineer, and this area is School of Science. And as Professor KOIKE introduced the new university house, Aobayama, it is at this corner and more deeper places. I'm now in my office and talking to all of you and inside this building. So I'm here now. Okay, you can see this is just one picture of our School of Engineer, and we are just celebrated the 100 years anniversary 2 years ago. And I would like to say the School of Engineer is a very large organization inside university, and the scale of the number of students and the number of faculty is all just 1/3 of the whole university. So this is the number of our faculty and our graduate student, undergraduate student, and the international student. So under the spirit of university philosophies of research first and practice oriented research and education, all the professors of School of Engineer have been doing the very nice research and education, and over the long history of over 100 years, and they have some very nice work of big contributions to both the science and application, and some of the technology discovered by the professors in the School of Engineer. It become the key technology for the even very important IT technology nowadays and influence our daily life still now. So here is some very famous professors, and we are very proud of them and their contributions. So I would like to introduce very briefly. Here is Professor Honda. He is the founder of university's very famous institute, is Institute for Material Research. And he developed many in many years ago, very powerful metallic materials and magnetic materials, so-called NKS steel. And here is Professor Yagi. And you know this is antenna, and even nowadays it is steel in applications, and it's invented by Professor Yagi, so it's called Yagi antenna. And here is photos of Koichi Tanaka. He is Nobel Prize, the laureate of chemistry award, but he is a graduate of a School of Engineer. He received the Nobel Prize in 2002, and for their discovery of mass spectrum measurements. And these pictures is our president, is the previous president of Professor Nishizawa. He did many very important researches as a kind of a base of nowadays internet communication. And he did very important contributions to develop the optical fibers. So, and also have various very important work in the spintronics, make a base of spintronics. So this is Professor Iwasaki, and his contribution is made the perpendicular magnetic recording devices. So you know this is a kind of key knowledge of nowadays we make computers and even our smartphones smaller and more powerful. So this is this last one is Professor Masoga. So everyone know the USB and USB flash memories, and I believe everyone use it. And do you know the discovery invented by the Professor Masoga? He was a professor of Tohoku University. So this is several contributions of professors in the School of Engineering. Well, School of Engineering, as I said, is a very large organization, and we have 5 divisions, and we have totally the 18 departments, and this is one division of mechanical and aerospace engineering, and it's included these departments. And another one is electric information and physics engineering, and one more is applied chemistry and chemical engineering, biomolecular engineering, and we also have a very strong material science and engineering division, and the civil engineering and architecture. So the IMAC is running by the division of mechanical and aerospace engineering. So I go to introduce more about this, our division. The core department included in IMAC-U is displayed here. So it is one is mechanical system and fine mechanics and aerospace engineering, robotics, and one more is chemical biomedical engineering. So totally we have more than 100 laboratories and we have more 100 professors. It is not only the traditional imagination of research field of mechanical engineering. It's covered a wide range of researchers of engineering field, from the very small size world to the very large mechanical system. So let me introduce the department a little bit more one by one. And here is just take the picture from our homepage of each department, and they have a very brief descriptions. And from this description, I hope you got the imagination of what kind of research and what kind of main field in each department. So this is one of mechanical system. It is a little bit more closer to the imagination of a traditional mechanical engineer, but not the all. So this especially emphasizes not only traditional mechanical engineering as energy environment, but also the multidisciplinary, such as new function systems, and based on the micro nano process technology and energy conversations, and such as solar energy, hydrogen energies, and geothermal energy, and so on and so forth. So not only the traditional mechanical system, but various multidisciplinary field related to the energies and engineering. one more next department is fine mechanics. I belong to the fine mechanics. Actually, I'm not real. My background is a physicist, and I'm working in the world smaller than the fine mechanics. It is nano scale. It is you know that what is the scale of nano? It's a 10 minus 10 the meter. So it is very small field, and the one of very powerful equipment to research the fine mechanics or nanomechanics is this kind of microscopics. So this is descriptions of fine mechanics. So studied supply the tough materials and the very smart system over the inorganic and organic and biological field, and based on the sophisticated mechanics at the atomic and molecular level. So this is the field of fine mechanics. And we then we go to the robotics, and robotics is one of the most popular department in the School of Engineer and even in the university. So it is focused on the creating the future robotics, and whereas first the core existence of a human being and the robots that hope I cannot read it. The result of a symbolic relationship. So it is the goal of robotics is establish a smarter society, and the levels into the nanorobots, and they are configured with parts of the molecular levels by concept like DNA. So here is also very big robots and very, very small robots made by DNA. So you see this is that one, and this is a very, very smaller one. Then next one is aerospace engineering. This is also one of the most popular department, and we have very famous professors in this department, and they study the advanced technologies of aerospace mechanics in the severe and conditions and under the unique conditions, and created the aerospace system that are to break the new frontier with the space explorations. So they have made some the robots, and they joined the one famous Google robots projects, want to send to the this kind of rover to the moon, and they received some big prize from this contest. So this is one more aerospace engineer. Okay, so here is showed just a 4-year curriculum of IMAC-U, and it's similar as M.Sc, and we have a 1st year student learn the laboratory science and the basic science. In the 2nd year, they studied to some basic specific subjects and lab-based projects. This is a team-based projects and mix Japanese student and international student together. And at the end of the 2nd year, each student will assign to the laboratory. So students have to decide which direction they will go, and they have big possibility of a choice. They have to decide one lab from more than 100 labs. And in the 3rd year, they studied the advanced specific subjects, and in the 4th year, 1 year is concentrated in graduation research. So one of features of characteristics of Tohoku University is we said research first. One aspect is for the graduate research, it is not only a project and not only a big exercise, and it is really research, even for the 4th year undergraduate student. So some of our students make a very excellent researchers, and even from the 4th year research, they publish the research paper in the research journal. So this is a graduation research. Also, the IMAC-U have a continuous to graduate school. So we have graduates IMAC. We call it IMAC-G. IMAC-U means IMAC undergraduates, and IMAC-G is IMAC graduates. So if you want to go further, and you can go after finish the IMAC-U, you can enter the master course and the doctor course continued in the IMAC program. So we have IMAC G program, and it's a 3 years, 2 years for the master course, and then 3 years for PhD course. So this is a whole. Since in our School of Engineering is almost the student, more than 90% of students after finish bachelor's go further to the graduate school to have the master program. So the School of Engineering have 6 years of educational program. And our IMAC-U student is also a lot of IMAC-U student continues go to the IMAC-G program. This is just one piece of moment of the IMAC-U students graduation ceremony. So this is the second year, I think a second generation of IMAC-U student. We do not have so many graduates, but all the professors go together to take memory pictures with all of them to celebrate their graduation. So this is one piece. Okay, so Professor KOIKE already introduced the general information about this FGL graduate students, the career path. Here I want to show more details information about career paths of IMAC-U graduates. So total now we are just into the 11th.
Sorry, Professor Chen, how many slides you have more?
One. This one.
Okay.
Okay, I can finish very soon. So we have already this is 11 years. We have already 6 generations from graduates from IMAC-U and 4 generations graduates from IMAC-G. So this is just the statistics and we collected so far. For the IMAC-U graduates, more than half, about half go to the IMAC-G and another 20% go to the graduate school in the other universities of Japan or the other countries. So then for the IMAC-G, the master graduates, about 1/3 started to work in Japanese companies and another 1/3 go to the PhD course. And for the PhD students, after graduation, majorities become the researchers and they do the postdoc researches in the Tohoku University. And I especially want to introduce this part is actually our many IMAC-U students, after they finish the masters of IMAC-G, they started working in Japanese company. And all of them worked in a very big Japanese company, really the leading companies of Japan. So here is just some names: Toyota, Tensor, Hitachi, Nissan, Honda, Yamaha, Sumitomo, etc. And also some very famous overseas companies and like Facebook, like IBM and some things. Okay, here is my last piece of PowerPoint. I just want to give you the resources of information from detail about IMAC-G. So there are two kind of, we have 2 resources, both in our website. This one is we call this online open campus. And this is YouTube, all the YouTube movie of 100 labs. So you can look at all the professors talk. And the right side, it is we call laboratories guide. And it is a poster for one lab. They have one poster and they have a link to their homepage. And also you are possible to leave some message to connect it with the professor. So I hope this is very helpful. And we also have IMAC homepage. You can get some newest information and latest information from here. And this for real application, it is conducted in the FG homepage as introduced by KOIKE Sensei. So this is last page. I want to show you a beautiful sceneries of 4 seasons of campus. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Professor Chen, for the presentation. Now, last but not least, let's hear the presentations about AMB course from Professor Katayama.
Yes, this is Satoshi KATAYAMA, Managing Director of Applied Marine Biology course, specialized in fisheries biology and ecology. So I will introduce shortly our course. So I believe the fisheries and agricultural production supports our lives and health sustainably. You know the SDGs, you know. So we have to keep the fisheries production system and the marine ecosystems. So I will show you the short movie. To introduce our course. You can see the videos and the music.
Compares to California.
KATAYAMA campus is the largest campus in Tohoku University. It is very nature-friendly with tall trees and green fields. On top of being nature-friendly, it is also a very convenient campus with many welfare facilities. The agriculture campus especially is the newest campus with new buildings and spacious classrooms. I believe that it is the perfect environment to comfortably study.
So my first impression of the streets in Sendai is that how beautiful and how white it is. During winter, we have this light show. The whole street during the night would just turn to bright star-like orange, and it's just beautiful.
The reason I chose A&B mainly was because of how small the program is. I really liked how I'd have a closer relationship with my professors and also my classmates. The best part about A&B for me is how closely related the labs are to my interests and how much I want to study that in the future. And so the reason that I applied was because of how small the programs are as well. And so I wanted to have a closer relationship with my classmates and my professors. Diving in Ishinomaki for me was really amazing, and it was really cool to be able to see the different types of marine plants like the seaweed and also the marine animals like the seaweed, like the sea kelp and sea cucumber, and just how they were able to interact with one another. And I'm glad that the A&B program allows me to be able to go on diving trips like this that also contributes to important research.
It was very fascinating to see what is actually going on in the aquariums. Before visiting the Aquamarine, Fukushima, I used to think the aquarium is all about displaying animals and managing them. However, after the tour, I was able to learn that aquarium is not only about exhibition but also about various ocean projects. A&B provides chances to not only study about oceanography and various botany and zoology, but also provide the opportunities to actually visit these kind of facilities to learn what is actually going on for these ocean studies. I have always been very curious about the ocean, especially about deep sea creatures. Some people say that humans at this point know more about Mars than the deep sea ocean trench. Japan is an island country surrounded by the ocean, and it's also one of the best countries to study science with very developed technologies. Applied Marine Biology course in Tohoku University is one of the only undergraduate courses in Japan taught in English that you can learn about the ocean and marine life.
One of the biggest merits about having a course inside A&B is that the professors actually interact a great amount with the students. If the students ever have any problems or any issue with the material that is taught, you can often just go straight to the professors themselves. And another very different part about the course inside A&B is that it's very central around the actual agriculture environment of Japanese fish industry. You get to visit factories, you get to visit fish markets, you get to visit off-site research facilities. And that's honestly very special in a way. You get to have these experiences where other people would most likely just sit in the classroom and learn about them.
Okay, so every student of this course enjoy the university life. In the first year and the second year, students will study the liberal education subjects, social science and general science subjects, with students from the other courses such as M.Sc and IMAC-U. In the third year, a student will take a specialized education courses and also practice the basic of research on the applied marine biology. In the fourth grade, they belong to the laboratory and are given a research topic for each person to work on their graduation research. After graduation, you can continue to graduate at school or return to other countries and or the home country to work. So please join us and enjoy the marine sciences. Thank you so much your time. Thank you. That's all.
Okay, thank you, Professor Katayama, for your presentation. Now go to the last session. Is like a sharing session from our famous student, Carlos. Please.
Yeah. Hello. This is the famous student. Okay. So yeah, okay. I will today I will present about my experience in Sendai. It has been a very, very interesting experience, and it's amazing that I can be a part of Tokyo University. So for that, I want to introduce myself. My name is Carlos Baptista, and right now I'm a third year advanced molecular chemistry in Tokyo University. My hobby is cooking. That's my Instagram, my line ID, and WhatsApp. So if you have any further questions, you can always ask me. Yeah. And so this is my background education history. In 2015, this is my high school, Spak Penabur Kota Tangerang. And then in 2017, I joined Wardaya College, pre-top university program. And then 2018, I joined the top university program, and I graduated from my high school and also Wardaya College at 2018. And I got enrolled in Tokyo University 2018 October. So why chemistry and why Tokyo University? For those of you who still cannot choose your major or university. So when picking university major, the first thing I consider is my hobby, is cooking, and also my skill set. So I'm quite excel at science and mathematics, but I'm not really good at social studies like history or like economy or something. So I chose a more scientific major. So I chose chemistry. And why Tokyo University? So after applying for a lot of university, Tokyo University especially stood out for me because it is one of the top 100 university and it is located in Japan. You know, Japan is very, 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 very famous, and it's a really, really fun and amazing place. For those of you who have ever traveled to Japan, you might be thinking, when is the next time you will come back to Japan, because it's so amazing. Yeah. So, and it's also, if I'm not mistaken, oh, I'm sorry, this is the first university with international program in Japan. Okay, in Japan, if I'm not mistaken. And also, it is an amazing environment for studying. And it has a lot of big resources, and it really supports the students. Yeah. So why I love Sendai and Tokyo University? First of all, it's because of the environment. The life balance is, for me, is very balanced between my life and also educational life. So I feel really enjoyed after 2.5 years studying here. The people and the community is also very good. They are very, very kind. If I'm not mistaken, Sendai is like one of the most open to foreigners. Yeah, and especially Tokyo University because of their open door policy. The food is really good, of course, and also, as I said before, the resources. Like for example, like how they support their students and like scholarship and so on. So the autumn is very pretty. So if you guys can see here, the left part is this building is actually the University House of Wakayama, where I live, and the right place is the central city. Yeah. So again, this is the picture at the right side is the University House of Wakayama. It's up on the hill, and because of that, you can get to feel snow too. And also this is the left part is at the campus. It's very pretty during autumn. Everything goes red and yellow. And this is the dormitory room. This room is exactly my room. This is my room before I put all of my belongings. So yeah, as you can see, even though I speak quite loud, I still have good privacy. No one is banging at my door right now, telling to keep quiet because the privacy is good. And also, Toku area is very underrated in terms of vacational place. This Fukushima, it's one of the top 3 coastal scenery in Japan. It's very pretty. Food is actually cheaper than other popular places in Japan because of the more cheaper life compared to like Tokyo or Kyoto. The right one is the cafeteria food. As you can see, the cafeterias provide quality food too, and it's cheap. Yeah, okay. And also like it is very popular among Japanese for its nature scenery. This is Omoshiroyama in Kamagata Prefecture. So we once with the Indonesian community, we went to see and hike. It's very pretty. And winter is actually my favorite season. And this is the picture I took from my room. So as you can see, the snow is quite thick. And yeah, this is me. Sorry. Oops. Okay. So this is me. Yeah. Once we did a ski and snowboard trip. Yeah, this is me. It's just pretending to be good at ski, even though I'm not really that good. When I go to ski, I usually do it like this. So I use the board as a sliding tool, not as a, because I'm quite scared of breaking my leg. So, but it's still quite enjoyable. And this is the winter as the video at AMB. As the AMB video, the man there is walking down this street. This is also taken by me. These photos. Yeah, this is me too. And this you can also build a snowman too. It's one in a lifetime experience. And sakura. This place is Shiroishi Senbon Sakura. So the whole river is lined with all of the sakura. Oops. Okay, thank you. And also, yeah, this is again the same place. This is the Sendai station, this the central of Sendai city. And also, I'm not only doing school stuff. I also join a tea ceremony club. So I also do extracurricular activities. This tea is made by me. And I'm glad that even though it's a very traditional Japanese thing, the Japanese really accept me. And this is what I said before, that the people in Sendai is very open for foreigners. Okay, next. And summer is quite hot here. This is the activity, tea ceremony activities that we do outdoor. And this is me. Yeah, it's hot. But this the background here, it's Matsuri. Oh my god, I forgot what is the name again. Okay, so I forgot the name, but it's one of the festival here, and it's in summer. So at the district. Tanabata Matsuri. Arigatou gozaimasu, sensei. Yeah, Tanabata Matsuri. So the whole road is decorated with this decoration. It was very pretty. Okay, so about my experience financially, over 2.5 years of studying in Japan, I never once have a big financial problem. And I'm not one of the 8 other of my friends that received the MAC scholarship. I received the President Fellowship and also the Max Honor Scholarship. So even though I do not receive Max Scholarship, I still do not do any part-time job, so I can focus on my study and also my life. My parents do send me some money every month, but I only use it for food. And up until now, I still receive other scholarship besides the President Fellowship and also the Max Honor Scholarship. And that is why I use that money to cover my my apartment and also transportation, other things like that. So in that sense, I do not really have a big financial problem. And luckily for those of you who cannot, who won't receive the Max scholarship, you can still apply for other scholarship. And it really helps me a lot. And also helps my family a lot financially. And for Muslims, I got some questions. So the thing about being a Muslim in Japan is of course very difficult because a lot of the food products are not halal. Like even for like soy sauce or sauce or things like or sauces in general, some of them are not halal. So the cafeteria and some restaurants are starting to have to provide halal food option. And if I'm not mistaken, recently there is a restaurant that starts halal ramen. So once you, if you are Muslims, once you come to Sendai, you will have a ramen shop that you can go. And also for the Muslims community in Sendai is also big. There's the Indonesian one. There's also the Middle Asian one, the Pakistan people and so on. So you can ask a lot of things to them. So So in a sense, yeah, in some way, being a Muslim in Japan is hard, but it's not that hard because of the community and also, yeah. And again, this is my contact information. Once again, if you have any other questions after this seminar, you can always ask me. I will try my best to answer all of them. Okay, so that's all for my presentation. Thank you very much for all the participants and also professors.
Okay, thank you, Carlos, for the sharing season. Now we continue for the last session. There is so much question in here. Okay, we'll start the Q&A session. Let me start with the first question.
Yeah, I try to answer the question
Okay.
as many as possible in chat room.
Okay.
Okay, but I'm very happy to have other question.
Okay, there are some questions directly sent to me from the private chat. I'll try to read it one by one. Okay, first question is about the standardized test. What are the specific tests that can be used as the standardized test in PSIC, Math, or CHEN? I believe it wasn't written specifically.
Actually, in a guidebook, application guide, we specify all the standardized test we're going to accept. But for the, as I said in the chat room, for the international student, either EJU or ACT would be the best choice in the future. Particularly after the SAT subject is suspended in June this year.
Okay, thank you, Professor Watanabe. The next question. I would like to know which test do I need to attend to? Was it EJU, ACT, or SAT?
It's your choice, you know. SAT subject test, last SAT subject is in June this year. After that, they will not give any more. So in that case, EJU is another option. You can take EJU in, I think it's November, but the application deadline for taking a test is end of July. So please make application first and take a test in November. And another one is, of course, ACT. They will give an online test, I believe, even in Indonesia. That's two best option. We also accept the AB score and also a GCA level score. However, it depends on the which high school you are going to. But in general sense, EJU or ACT are the good option.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Professor Watanabe. We read another question. I take IB, but I do not take PSIC as IB, only allowed to science subjects. I only take math HL, bio HL, and CHEM HL. Can I apply for AMC?
No, you request 3 subjects for. You are talking about GC level?
Yeah, he only took 2 subjects. And
we need one more. You know, you said math and chemistry.
Yeah, he take chem, bio, and math. Not like physics.
To apply for the, you know, MC course, you need to take another, you know, you need to submit an score on physics. That could be other, you know, test. You don't. It doesn't need to be GCE level, but you need to take. We need to have a score on physics too for the AMC course.
Oh, she said that IB is not A level, so she took IB, as IB cannot take 3 science course. So he chose bio and chem. Is it okay?
But biology score is only accepted by AMB, applied marine biology, not advanced molecular chemistry course. So to use the biology score, you can apply for the AM course, but not the AMC course. Okay. But if you want to apply to another course, we accept the combination of the score from with different standardized tests.
Okay. The next question is for the next term in 2021. Is the study still be held online or?
Yeah, at least, you know, right now, 10 out of 30, about 30 students who are admitted in last October arrived in Sendai. Other 20 students still stuck in their home country because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Issuing the new visa is suspended. But soon after it's open, restored to application for the new visa, of course we are ready to accept everybody. As far as I understand, at least the first, you know, couple of months, particularly the first year student of FGL need to take courses online. I sincerely hope the situation getting better sooner. And
I hope so. Yeah, we hope so, Prof. Okay, the next question. Is Tohoku University is public or private university in Japan?
It's public, it's national university. We have around 90 something, I think nearly 70 something national university. And many more than 230, 300 or more than that, private university. And among those, both private and national university, as Koike Sensei presented, Tohoku University is ranked as #1 among the Japanese university. We are very proud of that fact.
Okay. Can we go for 3 more questions, Professor?
Yes.
Yeah, this one, do you have computer science major? If yes, it is delivered in full English?
We don't, unfortunately, we don't have a, the course specifically studied computer science. However, if you go to the IMAC-U, you can practically learn about the computer science. Professor Chen may able to explain more detail the possibility.
Okay, so as I introduced in the IMAC-U, they involved more than 100 labs, and one part of the labs is belong to the information science. So in the graduate school, it's separated from our mechanic graduate school, but in undergraduate, it is included in our places. So some of our IMAC-U students from the lab assignment, they went to the laboratories of information science.
Okay.
So it's possible.
Okay, thank you, Professor Chen. The next question, for those who hasn't completed their high school year and is already of age to enter at a university, will Tohoku be willing to accept such individual, or are there certain requirements for them? It's about the...
Actually, Tohoku University, you can apply to the Tohoku University before you graduated from high school.
Okay.
Okay. And also we are happy to accept the student who already graduated from high school. Either way is fine.
Okay. Okay. The last is more like a hope rather than a question. He hoped that in the future, Tohoku will consider opening other courses beyond the existing one, and that's still in line with Tohoku vision and mission for this FGL program.
Yeah, we have a plan, as I wrote in the chat box. We try to expand the field of, FGL courses. However, unfortunately, at this point, I can say when. But please check up our, homepage. We'll make an announcement as soon as possible. It's, finalized.
Okay. Oh, there are some more questions. Can the student work in Japan after finishing undergraduate? If yes, how many years is the working permit?
Oh, good questions. Usually when you are accepted by the Japanese government company actually help to get the working visa for you. And as long as you worked for the company, I think you can stay in Japan or renew your visa status. That's my understanding.
The last question, maybe it's about IMAC-U course. Like, does the student study AI or computer language in robotic?
Yeah, they have. I think not only in robotics, but in various departments in robotics and aerospace, they all have the AI. And also, as I said, in the information science.
Well, I want to add upon that. Actually, AI is a really popular topics, and I think it's not only used in physics. Actually, we also use it in chemistry. So programming has become like this this amazing tool that we scientists and engineers used. And I myself, even though I'm a chemistry student, I also do programming. And I'm doing internship in one of the professor's lab. And one of the professor even asked me whether or not you want to develop your program to accumulate AI into it. So I think, yeah, as a great tool, amazing tool AI is, I think it's used everywhere.
Okay, there is a question from our social media, from our IG. Is there any medicine course in Tohoku University? And if there is there any scholarship she or he can apply to?
Okay. Unfortunately, there is no medical course for undergraduate, but just research purpose, we have a medical graduate program to research, not to be a doctor, a medical doctor. You can conduct the research in the graduate program. That's the same line of the FGL and Future Global Leaders program. So all courses are given in English. That's my understanding, but not the undergraduate program. Because if you studied Japanese, you can apply to the Japanese program that's offered at the Tohoku University. All courses, all fields.
Okay, maybe this is the last question. Reminded time's limit. Is there any full scholarship for economic measuring for PhD or doctor at Tohoku University? It's a social science.
Yeah, economic measure. We have a very popular program, FGL program in English on economics. But number of the full scholarship students, I have to check it. It's not many, but some.
Okay. Okay. Maybe because the time is up, we finish the Q&A session. Once again, I want to thank Professor Watanabe, Professor KOIKE, Professor CHEN, Professor KATAYAMA, Professor Brian BREEDLOVE for the presentations, and the Carlos for the sharing experiment. For all the questions that maybe can be answered here, maybe you can contact them through their social media. It's listed in the chat. Okay.
All right, thank you very much. If you have further questions, please contact our admission office. We are very happy to answer to your questions. Thank you very much again for having us.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you.